Everybody, welcome back to Jimmy's Promo. Today is November 1st, and Samsung just opened up the Samsung One UI 4 beta program to the Galaxy Z Fold 3 and the Galaxy Z Flip 3. Now, these have been available overseas in South Korea and other countries, but they just opened up to the United States this morning if you own either of these two phones. So you can see here that I already have been signed up. I already have the software ready to be installed. There's a lot going on with this update. All I got to do is hit on download. Now, we will go through and sign up on the Galaxy Z Flip 3 over here, but I do want to show you that I recorded me signing up for it over here on the Galaxy Z Fold 3 since I wasn't able to show it on camera. But really, all you have to do is go inside of your Samsung Members application and you want to tap on Benefits. Now, inside of Benefits, you're going to scroll all the way down, and this is where you click on One UI Beta Program. Now, this is where you want to go through. Just simply click on that register button, read through all of the details, and you can hit on enroll. Now, the next thing that I did right after this was I went inside of the settings. So this way I'd be able to find that update that I just signed up for. So all you have to do is go to the very top right-hand side, go inside of your settings. Then you're going to scroll all the way down to your software update. Then you go to download and install. So since we watched everything on the Galaxy Z Fold 3, how about we head over inside of the Galaxy Z Flip 3. We're going to go to software update. This is where it shouldn't show anything just yet because there is no update, just to prove that there is nothing sitting there. Now we're going to go inside of that Samsung folder, Samsung Members application. Just make sure you have the latest updated Samsung Members. Then you want to go inside of Benefits. And then again, scroll to the very bottom, One UI Beta Program. Once inside of here, you go to Register. Again, you want to go through, just read about this, just talk about how some applications could have issues, things like that. Now that the SIM card has been moved over, let's just go right back inside of the Samsung Members application. Then you want to click on Benefits, this little tab sitting there. On the very bottom, again, go inside of One UI Beta Program. Then you want to hit Register, scroll all the way down, hit on Enroll, hit Agree. And then once it picks up that, obviously my SIM card is in there, it knows I'm a part of the United States. It states that it has signed me up and enrolled. So now this is where you want to go inside of your settings, go again to the very bottom, software update, go to download and install. And then this is where you'd be able to hit on that download. So again, I'm going to pause it for now, finish out the rest of this video here in just a minute. But here we go. We have Samsung One UI 4 upgrade with Android 12. And it just talks about a whole bunch of things that's going on with this update. So now we got everything lined up, ready to go. These things are just sitting here. I'll finish the video here in just a minute. There's a lot going on with everything that we'll take a look at and read through. The size here for pretty much both of them are pretty large, 2.5 gig versus 2.6 gig. So this is 2,543 megabytes. It ends in ZUJH. And over here, 2,651 megabytes, again, ends in ZUJH. So we're going to go through, read some of this stuff, see what is going on if you're brand new with Samsung One UI 4.0 with Android 12 on your Samsung Galaxy devices. So the update is done and complete, and I do have to state that when you do this update to get it downloaded, get it installed, it will take a little bit of time because they are both over 2.5 or 2.6 gigs. Now, first off, one of the things you may notice right away is going to be the UI of your start menu here, or the quick settings on the very top. The other thing you might also notice is going to be that little orange N, letting you know that there is something new within this area. And one of the things a part of the Samsung One UI 4.0 with Android 12 is going to be this extra dim options. It's actually pretty cool. So no matter which setting you have turned on in terms of your brightness, if it's adaptive or if it's manual, and also if it's very low, if you were to tap on that extra dim, it'll even bring it down even further. It's actually something that is pretty nice. Maybe you're laying in bed, it's midnight, 1 a.m., something like that, and you want it to be a little bit more dim than what it was, but it seemed like the brightness was already all the way down. This will help it out just a little bit. So we're going to move it over here, and just to show you what it looks like, let's say that we bring down the brightness just a little bit. Maybe it's sitting right here at night, but when you take a look at it, it's going to be maybe a little bit too bright for the moment. You hit that extra dim and you can see that it goes down just a little bit. So it's one of those things that does help out. And again, all you have to do is just press and hold on it, bring it on into your screen. You could drop it wherever you want to on any of those 3 screens or however many screens you may have. And you just hit on done, and that's pretty much about it. So how about we head into the settings really quick just to see, you know, both of these phones showing that it's running Samsung One UI 4.0 with Android 12. Now, when it does come down to the Galaxy Fold 3, I'm noticing that the display was changed from the full main screen over into the split screen. So all I have to do is go to that screen layout and zoom, and this is where you go from that multi-window to standard view. So whichever view you're used to, you just have to use it that way. For me, I'm so used to this standard view. It's one of those things that I've used for such a long time. So I usually just use it like this. So now we're going to go into About Phone. We're going to take a look at just exactly what we are sitting on before we take a look at more of everything that has changed. So taking a look at the software information, you can see that we are running Samsung One UI 4.0. Android 12, both of these phones, the Z Flip 3 and the Z Fold 3, and both of them does have that November 1st security patch. And then one more thing to take a look at in this screen is going to be that Google Play system update. So you might want to take a look at this and see if there's any type of system updates. And so you go to check for update. It's already searched for it. We couldn't find it. So it looks as if the Google Play Store for its security patch, its security update is at its latest, which as of right now, for some reason is September 1st. So one of those things that is pretty fun when it comes down to Android 12 is going to be Material U. And so what you want to do with that one is going to be going inside of your settings for your home page here. So you press and hold, then you're going to go down here to where it says wallpaper and style. And then with wallpaper and style, this is where you want to go into gallery if you want to change your gallery. But here is your color palette. So color palette is one of those things where it's going to change the way your phone looks aesthetically depending on your background that you're using. So if we wanted to choose this one, which it's already selected on, then all your screens is going to look like this. But then if we move it over, here's a couple different color palettes you can use. So if you want to have some yellows in there, you know, it is going to be fall as of right now. So you can use some of these if you want to. It's pretty fun to kind of play with. And then you can also apply the palette to app icons as well. I'm not a big fan of that. It makes all of them look completely different. Sometimes when you look at applications, you're looking at the color of exactly what they are. So if you see blue, you know, it's Facebook or messages. If you're seeing these red colors and you're going to think that's maybe gallery, camera, the Galaxy Store, green, you know, it could be phone, calendar, or calculator, things like that. But when you change it with that color palette, all of them will change on the background. So it's going to be a little bit harder to find those applications that you use daily. So I'm just going to hit on done right here. We're going to see if this has, you know, been applied. Sometimes when it comes down to using a beta program, sometimes it doesn't apply it right away. Sometimes you have to restart your phone. But as we can see here, it was applied. It looked as if everything kind of came away and it came back. And so here we go. We just changed our color palette again, based on what we're kind of using, even though the colors look a little reversed. But again, you can always choose that first option, which is the exact colors that you see here. So they might be looking at some colors that would still look really good with this background. I'm seeing some movement up here. I don't know if that's anything new. I feel like it is new. I always have these widgets right here. This is just the regular widget that comes stock on the phone, and I'm seeing some of this rain kind of move around. So it looks like they put a little bit more animation into it. So we took a look at just a few things. Now I want to do a high overview of a lot of things that has been added, you know, to this Samsung One UI 4.0 Android 12 update. So how you're able to do that is go inside of your software update and you go to this last update, and it's going to, you know, refer everything that is brand new. Now, some of the things that looks pretty cool is very, you know, down here on the very bottom. So if you look at this menu topic right here where it says more features and improvements, some of these things are actually pretty cool. So we'll read through these. But I also want to do just a high, really quick, fast look at everything. I'm not going to read every word, just mostly kind of the main bullet points here. So color palette, you know, customize your phone with unique colors based on your wallpaper. Your colors will be applied to menus, buttons, backgrounds, and apps throughout your phone. And then underneath the category of privacy, so there's a bunch of things that they added in here. So permission, info at a glance, camera and microphone indicators, approximate location, clipboard protection. So approximate location, pretty much all that means is that it doesn't have to use your exact location. It'd be able to do a approximate. So sometimes when you open up applications, you may see it where there's two options if you want it to be exact or approximate. Now, if you don't see that, one of the things you can do is, let's say that you press and hold on that application that you would like to not have it know your exact precise location. You want it to be approximate. You press and hold, you go inside of the information of that application. So here's that permissions. And when you scroll down, what you want to do is take a look at location. So for this one, you can make it ask you, every time if it's going to be a location-based type of post. And then you have this option here, use precise location. So when precise location is off, apps can access your approximate location. So it's going to put you into a range of where you could be located, but not exactly. So that is one of those things that some people may like. So I'm going to keep it here for ask every time. So location access for this app. Now, the other things to talk about the camera and microphone indicators. So what you'll be able to do is on the very top right-hand side, if you're using an application and if it's using something, maybe a camera or a mic or a location, you're going to get that little green indicator on the top, and that one right there was your camera. Now, if you go inside of your phone, then it's going to probably pop up with that microphone icon. If you're shooting a video, it's going to show you two icons with two little dots, which is going to be your camera as well as microphone. Now, if there's any of those that you don't want to have, being used, you can actually go through and you can add in those buttons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this little plus button. And so up over here, you can see that there's two more icons that you can add in. So this right here is talking about mic access. This right here is talking about camera access. So if you were to basically use anything on your phone, a way that you're able to make sure that no one is, peeping in on you, which is one of those things that probably will never happen. But for anybody who thinks that they're being listened to or anybody who thinks that they are being seen or they don't want their applications to be running when they're not actually technically running, here is where you'd be able to turn off that mic and you can turn off the camera. So it's one of those things that is just, beyond anything. So if you turn those things off, you open up your camera, security policy prevents the camera, to be in use. If you try to go into any other application where a camera or microphone is to be needed, it's just probably going to shut it off. So right up over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these right back on. So now there is access to the mic, there is access to the camera. It's just one of those beyond security steps that was added in. And so you can see the indicators, permission info at a glance, and then approximate location. For the Samsung keyboard, you have quick access to GIFs, emojis, and stickers, animated emoji pairs. So it's kind of cool. You can actually pair two emojis at once, and you can also put in a little animation to make it come across exactly how you're feeling. If you want to go from happy to mad right away, it's going to show you, it's going to flip those two icons together, or the two emojis. There's even more stickers, and then the writing assistant. The writing assistant is bringing you Grammarly. Now, Grammarly is a pretty big improvement when it comes down to the keyboard and a whole bunch of really cool things, just because Grammarly is super accurate, and it always puts a little green line under anything that could be improved or changed, either spelling or anything with grammar. So that's actually a pretty big update when it comes down to the Samsung keyboard. And then underneath the home screen, it all starts on the home screen where your favorite apps and features are just a tap away. So there's new widget design. Widgets have been redesigned to look better than ever. Easier widget selection. Having trouble finding the right widget, you can now quickly scroll through the widget to see the list. And so when it comes down to the widgets, it is actually pretty nice. So you press and hold, you're going to tap on widgets. And then as you scroll on down, it's going to put it all into rows. And then as you go through the rows, you can see exactly what there is for, device care, what there is for digital well-being, things like that. All you have to do is just press and hold and then drag it over onto your home screen. And then when it comes down to the lock screen, you can use widgets to handle quick tasks without unlocking your phone, whether it's controlling your music, checking your schedule, or capturing your best ideas. Listen where you want. So switch audio output from buds to speakers on your phone from the lock screen. So it's really cool, that little music widget that's on the lock screen. There is a little button, you can press it and it'll change your audio source of where you want that audio to come from or come out of. So if you're listening to your buds or your phone, you can switch it to your phone and buds super quick from the lock screen. Voice recording, you got a great idea, record a voice memo without unlocking your phone, calendar and schedule at once. Underneath the camera, it says, enjoy a simpler layout while you take pictures and videos. The scene optimizer button only appears in photo mode where there's low light or you're scanning a document. Portrait and night mode settings are now tucked away and more intuitive. You have lens and zoom. Lens icons show the magnification level, so you know how much you're zoomed in. Video that never misses a moment. Recording starts immediately after you tap the record button instead of when you release it, so you can catch those precious moments before they're gone. And in photo mode, you can touch and hold the shutter button to start recording a quick video, then drag your finger to lock icon to continue recording without holding down the shutter. So sometimes if you're in a photo but you want to do a video, and instead of switching to video, you do a press and hold, swipe swipe it up to lock it in. Now it's going to keep on recording for you. Keep your single takes going. Add 5 seconds of extra time to single take capture so you don't miss a moment. Pro photography, stay in control with the redesigned Pro and Pro video mode settings. Enhanced scanning. Portraits for pets. So take beautiful pictures of your furry friends with various portrait effects. Inside of the gallery, there's enhanced stories, easier albums, worry-free remastering, more control over information, photo and video editor, emojis and stickers. Using emoji to cover your face of a shy friend or add stickers to create fun pictures and videos, video collages, lighting control, highlight reels, never lose the original, paste from one picture to another. Now, there's a lot going on in all of these things, and I'll still try to break them down in future videos, but this one's to let you know that the update is here and a quick overview of what's going on. And then for AR emoji, jazz up your profile, face stickers, dance the night away, design your own clothes. For sharing, you have more customization, easier navigation, photo sharing. And then for the calendar, you can check your schedule on the home screen. So there's a new widget that shows your schedule for the day along with a full calendar of the month. Quick add events, more search options, share with others, easier date and time selection, recovered deleted events, Samsung Internet, search suggestions, search from home screen, start in secret mode. Device care, you have battery and security at a glance, understand your phone's overall status, diagnostic checks. So with this one here for that phone's overall status, I believe this one's talking about where your phone's overall status is shown with an emoji instead of what it was shown from before. And honestly, I can't remember because my Galaxy S21 Ultra was using Samsung One UI 4.0 with Android 12, and I noticed that that was where it changed there as well. Samsung Health, it has an all new design. It has a My Page, challenge your friends, more inclusive. More food options, Bixby routines, there's more conditions, more actions, more control, more combinations, and more customization. Underneath accessibility, there's always there when you need it. You also have mouse gestures, adjust your screen at a glance, eye comfort, extra dim screen. Customization or customizable flash notification, easier magnification for notifications, get only the notifications you allow, enhanced notification layout. And I'd have to say with that enhanced notification layout, that's talking about those notifications on the top when you scroll this down. And that is one of the first things I noticed is when things were popping up, they were much smaller. So there was more to show. Then here's the more features and improvements. So better always on display. So never miss notification. You can now set always on display to turn on whenever you get a notification. New animated stickers are also available to keep your always on looking fresh. So for the always on display, it's either when you tap it to view the display, maybe you have it set up for a schedule, things like that. But now if you have it off, but now what you're able to do is if you do this only turn on when you get a notification, it'll actually stay off for the entire day until you get a notification, and then it's going to stay lit so you know that something is there. So your always on display will be turned on once you get the notification. Here's the enhanced dark mode, charging info at a glance. So when you start charging, different visual effects let you know your charging speed more intuitively. Easier brightness control, tips, preview videos. So if you go inside of that tips application, it shows you a lot of cool things of what your phone is able to do. It looks as if there's going to be preview videos inside of that gallery as you're scrolling through. Safety and emergency menu, settings, search, enhancements, keep your eyes on the road, skip an alarm just for today. And then you also have day or night at a glance, switch from text to calls. So texting, not cutting it, tap the person's name at the top of the conversation to see their details or start a voice or video chat. More search results and messages, easier search in My Files, more complete desktop experience for Samsung DeX, resizable picture-in-picture. If a floating video is getting in the way, pinch your fingers together to make it smaller. Want to see more, spread it apart and make it bigger. Quick access to pop-up window options. For easier multitasking, you can pin the window options menu to the top of the window to make it easier to access. Now, there's a lot that's going on here. Again, the size for the Fold3 was 2.6 gig. For the Flip3, it was 2.5 gig. Both of them coming with that November 1st patch. So I'm going to kind of break a lot of this down in the future for future videos. Again, this was letting you know that there is an update, the high overview of what's going on. So there you go. If you have the Galaxy Z Flip 3, if you have the Galaxy Z Fold 3, if you're in the United States, it is now available for you. Before this, I think it was available for both of these phones in South Korea and another country. I can't remember exactly which one for sure. Maybe it was India. And so now it is available here in the United States. But I hope you guys appreciated this video. If you guys did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hand subscribe. Subscribe right over here on the very bottom left-hand side. And if you like this video, then more than likely you'll also like this video. And I'll see you guys later.